everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing this very natural and glowy tutorial for you guys. With it being winter time, I feel like my skin has been freaking out a little bit. I usually have more on the oilier side of skin, not too oily. It's like oily to normal skin, I guess. But recently, with it getting cold here in Texas, my face with these breakouts have been drying out a lot. So these products are the products I found that look best on my skin, and they don't feel too heavy or cakey or anything like that on my skin with it being dry. And I feel like mostly the highlighter is what tops this off as the glowy look, but overall I feel like everything else does have a nice glowiness to it and makes the skin just look so good. For the most part, I did use affordable products in this. There were only a couple that weren't drugstore, but I did use a good majority of drugstore products, which is good because I'm all for the affordable makeup. And I try not to ramble because my intros are always so long, so I'm going to just end it here and let's go ahead and jump into the video. So I already primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover RX primer just because my face has just been feeling very dry lately, and this is just very nice and hydrating, and I feel like makeup lays really well over it. So I'm not really going to do anything with my eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and move on to my face, and I am going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. I have mine in a light ivory, which this was the lightest shade that was at my Walgreens. So I'm kind of hoping on their website they have more shades because they didn't have a lot of shade ranges in the Walgreens that I was at, and this was the lightest one there, and this is actually matches me perfect. This is like my perfect shade, and I'm not the lightest skin tone out there. Actually, let me check and see really quickly if they have more shades on their websites. So this is actually the lightest shade on their website. They actually only have 8 shades total. So hopefully they expand the shade range on both ends of the spectrum for lighter skin tones and for deeper skin tones, because there's just not a lot of options. Like I said, this one matches me perfectly in the lightest one they have, and there are fairer skin tones than me. So hopefully they definitely expand on that shade range a little bit. I feel like this is definitely light to medium coverage because when I use it, I usually have to go in with another, like a spot concealer to cover more like these spots and the redness on my face. But I do like it because it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin, and it's just really nice. And actually, I feel like this is almost, like, it looks really light, but I promise it is actually my skin tone. I feel like this applies very well with a brush and a sponge. I feel like maybe there's a little bit more coverage with the brush. As you can see, I have gone over this whole area with this foundation, and you can still see all those spots. So I'm going to really quickly take my Morphe Y6 brush and tap over it just to see if it provides me with a little bit more coverage. Just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, it's not a very high coverage foundation. It is very light. So as you can see, you can still see all those spots that I had down here peeking through. But that's okay, because what I've been doing when I use this foundation is just using a concealer to go back over everything and spot conceal, and it's not like a heavy or cakey type of concealer. It just looks really nice with this foundation. So I just looked up because when I bought this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, I got mine in the lightest shade that they carried, which is light ivory, which is exactly the same shade as this foundation. So that's why I can use it to spot conceal. And again, with this concealer, this is their Photo Focus one. I'm kind of disappointed in the shade range they have because this is the lightest concealer that they carry. So if your foundation color is this one, you don't really have an option as a highlight concealer for under your eyes, because I know I like my concealer under my eyes, like most people, to be brighter. And this is the same, the lightest one in is the same as this foundation, which is my foundation shade. So I don't have any options for highlight. I am just going to use it to spot conceal because it does add more coverage. So okay, normally I don't add this much, but I feel like my skin is just a little, it's been breaking out a lot lately. And I think it's mostly because I don't think it's all the makeup products I'm trying. I've been trying a couple new skincare products, and something is not agreeing with my skin, and I've gone back to what I used to use before that, and it's calming down a lot. So I definitely think it's the skincare and not the makeup. Now for my under eye highlight concealer, I'm using the Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in Porcelain. And the only thing I don't like about this concealer is it does have a slight scent to it, which I don't really care for, but it's a really nice concealer and it offers nice coverage, and it's so smooth going on the skin too. I really like that. It's just the scent that I don't care for. See, that just offers really nice coverage under the eyes, and it is very brightening, which I absolutely love. I think it looks so nice and smooth under my eyes as well. So I am going to bake that under my eyes. I still haven't found a cruelty-free powder, loose powder that I'm in love with, so I'm just going to use one of my old ones that I'm trying to use up. So while that's sitting, I'm going to be taking the Tarte Smooth Operator Tinted Pressed Powder, and I'm going to take this. I like taking this when I use this foundation because it just gives it a little bit more color and a little bit more coverage because of the tint in it, and I feel like it just sets everything down really well, and it doesn't make anything look too cakey, and it doesn't take away really from the natural finish of the foundation. I'm also just going to take some of that on just like a small eyeshadow brush and make sure I don't have any creases from the foundation I put on my eye, and just set what foundation I put on there down, because I'm just going to use this as just to give a little bit extra coverage on my lid to hide all the darkness in the veins on it. And I might go in with just like some eyeshadow, not a lot, just a little bit of something to have on my eyes. And I think I'm just going to go into this Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. This is one of their newer palettes. I believe this is one of their reformulated ones. And I'm just going to take a, this is a Morphe 504 brush, and I'm just going to go into this transition shade right here at the top. Just run this in my crease. And now I'm just going to take this color right here and just kind of sweep this just over my lid. And just blend it a little bit into the crease. That just gives like a really nice, something natural on the lid. Be using a nude eyeliner just to open my eyes up a little bit more. This isn't my favorite one, but it's the only one that I have left after decluttering my makeup, and this is the NYX Wonder Pencil. And like I said, it's not my favorite one because it's not a lot of stuff comes off, I feel like, when you're using it. Now I'm going to use mascara, and for my top lashes I'm going to be using the Essence Lash Princess. This is the one in the greenish blue tube. Now when I first bought this, I absolutely hated it because it was too liquidy, and it didn't really do much for my lashes. But that was a couple months ago when I bought it, and I just recently pulled it out to try again because I was going to see whether or not I wanted to keep it or just get rid of it. And I actually really like it now that it's dried out some more. It's not as watery as when I first bought it, and it just looks so nice on my lashes. And what I like to do before it dries completely is I just like to take a spoolie brush and kind of run it through, go in there and separate the lashes just a little bit more, and I feel like that makes it look even nicer. See, it looks so nice So for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be taking the Ulta Legendary Lynx Mascara. These two have just been my combo lately. They were in my video I put up Monday on my makeup tutorial. This one I love in place of the old mascara I used on my bottom lashes. It just really gets in there and lengthens and separates, and it's very beautiful for the bottom lash. I decided to add some powder in my smile lines and around my nose because I just have a really big issue there with no matter what foundation, it always creases. But anyway, I wanted you guys to see the difference between lower lash mascara and no lower lash mascara. It really does make a difference. It really makes sure it pulls it all together. I feel like this is just incomplete. So I'm going to move on to bronzer, and on days like this I don't like to use matte bronzers or contour or anything like that. And I've been recently loving this little Tarte Park Ave Princess one. This one is their shimmery one. This I believe is like an Ipsy sample. My sister gave it to me. I don't get Ipsy anymore, so I believe that's what it's from. But this one is just their shimmery version of their matte Park Ave Princess. And I'm just like taking this on a Real Techniques blush brush and just swirling it all around my face just to bronze up my skin. For blush recently, I've been dipping into this Anastasia blush kit. This is the one in Radiant. This is just amazing. The blushes in here are just so creamy and pigmented. Today, I think I'm going to go in with this one over here, which this one is called Coastline. And I am just going to take this on a Wet n Wild, this is one of their angled brushes. It's either a contour or blush brush, I'm not sure. I'm going to blend this all out while wiping away this powder, and I'm just using a Real Techniques Duo Fiber face brush for this. I love this brush for this. I normally would use a stippling brush, but I don't have one anymore. That makes everything look so nice and blended together. Now for the exciting part. I was really super excited because when I first got this highlighter, I wasn't sure if I was going to love it, but as you saw, I have been using it. I used it in my haul video, that's what I had on, and then in my last video, my winter blue makeup tutorial. It is the Colourpop highlight in Flexitarian. I have been so in love with this. Now that I know what brush it works best with and not to go a little crazy with it, I absolutely am in love with it. And the brush that I love using this with is the Morphe M501 brush. It's perfect for highlighting, and this is such a beautiful highlighter. You can over highlight with this, but I feel like on natural days like this where I just kind of want my skin to look dewy and radiant, this just goes so well. I'm actually going to pop some of this on the inner part of my eye, on the inner corner, just to brighten it up just a little bit more. Moving on to set my face, I'm actually going to be using the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray. I have been loving this stuff recently. It just sets and melts everything so well, and I absolutely love it. I've actually fallen in love with a good amount of Milani products lately. I have never really tried them before, and it's so good, especially this. I think my go-to natural lipstick, once I think about it, is this Flower one in Tea Rose. I don't know if this is actually still available. I know in my Walmart they've cut back on a lot of Flower Beauty products, but maybe on the website. I'll have to look. I'll link it in the description box down below. So that is actually it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I really love this look. It is very natural and glowy, perfect for winter time. Really like the combination of all these products. I think the highlight is what really tops it off though, for the glowiness. I really love this Colourpop highlight. If you haven't tried any of the Colourpop highlights, definitely pick them up. Now, I know they just released like the loose pigment highlighters, which I'm really excited to try those. But for now, pick up their Super Shock highlighters. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Also turn on the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I post a video. Also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook, so be notified there as well. I don't think I have anything else to say except I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.